Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. This video is how to make a slow period productive for your business. And now everyone, that was a weird face, I'm sorry. Now everyone has their own slow period depending on what you sell but for the most part we kind of have our own slow periods. I know a lot of people get most businesses get really slow after Christmas. That is a big thing because people spend all this money on Christmas and they're not really looking to shop in January. So for me, January is a slow month for me, but right now it's starting to pick back up because we have Valentine's Day. So yeah, it kind of picks up around the holidays because I make hair bows, so people are buying them for outfits and stuff. Oh, that was almost bad. I almost knocked that over. So, now since it's slow, everyone's got a lot of time on their hands. And it's almost the amount of time. It's okay, what do I do with my time? And this whole video is just how to use that slow period to the best of your advantage. I know a lot of people look at, okay, I'm not making sales, I'm losing money, I'm wasting my time. But if you use that time correctly and efficiently, then when you go back into your busier months, it's going to be easier because you utilize your slow period. So this is the time for inventory, launch a new product, or if it is slower, you'll have time to make a new product. So something you wanted to make forever and you just didn't have the time for it because you were in your busy season, now you can make it. So my first tip is to build your inventory. Now that sounds kind of self-explanatory, but I am shocked how a lot of people just, when they have a slow period that comes, they just kind of they stop with the slow period. But I actually get busier in my slow period because I spend all of my slow periods making, and then I sell all my, my God, I'm so sorry. I spend all of my slow time making my items, and then I spend my busy times selling the item. So you don't want to really be stuck selling and making in the same period. That is really hard. Around Christmas, that is so hard for me, and it's really hard for me because I'm a student. So I try and use every second I can to get ahead, because once the holidays come around, because Christmas, it's finals. So it's really tough for me this year was extremely tough for me. I had finals, and then I had craft fairs going on, then I had all my orders online for Christmas, and I couldn't catch up. And I thought I had enough made over the summer, but I didn't. I had nearly not enough. But also part of it was my business took a huge jump at the end of August. So I really wasn't expecting that. I'm obviously really happy for it, but I wasn't expecting it. But now I know for this year, cause I've never had a growth that big in my business before. So that is really important, is to have inventory. So right now it is end of January. I have my inventory all built for Valentine's Day. I do that right after Christmas. So my Valentine's Day is done. I'm almost done with St. Patrick's Day. I only have a little bit more to do for St. Patrick's Day, and then I already started Easter. So now that's April. That we're 3 months out. So that I'm 3 months out. So that is really effective. And I also started making 4th of July, but I got a little ahead of myself there. Because we have Memorial weekend. We have Memorial Day. So I order my stuff from China, AliExpress, so it takes about a month to get in, but I slowly made everything. So for my Valentine's Day, I finished my Valentine's Day yesterday, but I'm done making Valentine's Day until next year, because I was waiting for ribbon, it was delayed. But that's also another thing, is during your slow periods, because now a thing with a lot of the slow periods is you're not making enough money, so you're afraid to get inventory. But now, to build up your inventory, but you just kind of have to take that leap of trust and faith for that extra money to build your inventory. So then when you do have a busier season, a busier time, then you already have the stuff made, so you don't have to wait to buy it and then sell it. So a tip that I have that I do when I know I'm going into a slow season is at the end of kind of all the way through my slow season, I put money aside to buy my like ribbon, buy my elastic, anything I really need to make the bows, buy the clips. So I have everything for when the slow season starts, and I don't have to buy anything in the slow season. I just have to make the stuff. So like I saved money from all my craft fairs, Christmas time, everything I needed for me to make all of my stuff from January to April. And like I bought 4th of July and stuff already, but I just did it like to make it now. So like I'll make that around April, but I try not to buy as much from January to April. Now there are some things that if I run out of a ribbon or something, I'll obviously buy that. If it was a really popular one at the time. But other than that, I buy everything right at the end of the busy season, right at the beginning of like I save the money for it. So my camera's crooked. So that is a big thing, is to have inventory. And that is a problem where you have to think about needing inventory, and you have to think about slow periods where a lot of people are just like, yeah, I'm doing good. So they buy extra things during their busy season, their busy time, because they're doing good, but it's like, yes, you're making extra money, so put that away. So I save my rent ahead of time. So I have about 4 months of rent for my business. I sell in a local flea market on top of Etsy and on Facebook. So I have about 4 months of rent saved, and I have it in my safe just in case. So I know I can pay my rent that month, and I don't have to scramble for money. But I do that anyway throughout the year. I always make sure I have at least like 3 or 4 months, so in case if one month goes terribly bad, that I still have money for the next month. And I kind of got into that with the have inventory and then get ready for the holidays, is because the holidays, when you go to make stuff, it's such a short period of time to make and sell stuff. You want to have them ready because you want to say, for Christmas, I start advertising my Christmas I start selling Christmas November 1st. So I start advertising like 2 weeks before that, because you want to build up excitement to when you go to launch your product. That's the middle of October. So now I don't want to be rushing to make everything for the middle of October. It's like it's second week in October. So I don't want to order the stuff at the end of September to rush for 2 weeks to make the stuff to have pictures for when I start advertising. I will order my stuff in probably June or July so I can make it slowly, so I don't feel rushed making the stuff. So I always buy my supplies for that holiday probably 2 months in advance, and it's easier when you have a slow period. So obviously for most, Christmas is the biggest holiday. So October is my slow season. I know a lot of people, October is like a slow season. October, and then November like kicks off holiday shopping. So I get ready for my holidays ahead of time, and that will save you so much time, especially if you use your slow period wisely, because now I don't have to worry about Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and Easter. I did that in a month right after Christmas. I don't have to worry about the next 3 holidays, so now I can release normal products that aren't holiday, because I don't have to stress about the holiday. I have all my inventory for the holiday ready. I have everything, all the pictures taken and whatnot. So that is really, that's really crucial. And then another thing I did in my slow period, on top of building my inventory and then getting ready for the upcoming holidays, is I cleaned my craft room. Now, it may not look clean right now because I'm in my busy season for Valentine's Day. So see, if I waited until like now or last week to start making my Valentine's Day stuff, I'd be making and selling at the same time. I try and not to make and sell at the same time, because I just feel so overwhelmed as you're extremely busy from selling this stuff, and now you're even more extremely busy from trying to make this stuff. So like when I make my holidays and stuff, I gradually make it over time. Whenever I just have like a little bit of a free time is when I'll make new stuff. And then but I cleaned my craft room and my inventory, so I knew what I had for the incoming year. I was like, okay, so now you have your slow period, so you're getting ready to make stuff for your slow period. You want to utilize it wisely. So I went through my whole inventory before I even started making stuff to see what had to be made and what I could go a little bit longer without making. And that helped. For starters, I cleaned up my craft room with things I didn't use anymore or things that didn't sell. I put it to the side, things like that. I organized everything, and then I took inventory for the year, because then it's like, okay, I have 4 weeks to get a head start on making stuff. Now, you don't want to spend your 4 weeks on stuff that you already had plenty of inventory beforehand. So that is very crucial, is you want to like sit down and know what exactly you're going to make or what you have to make, because you don't want to waste all your only free time basically on something that didn't have to be made. And also, in my slow period, since I had extra time to actually think, I sat down, I organized everything, I made plans for my business, I set goals for my business, like financial goals, sale goals, just anything. I made goals for, because I had the time that I was able to sit down and actually think, and I wasn't just so concerned about getting orders out and constantly receiving orders, that I actually had time to sit there and organize and do more of the mental aspect for my business. So I had time to do that, which is very good, because I got very far from doing that in the past 2 weeks. I've been very good at that. So I'm happy about that. So that's really just it for your slow period, because you want, I mean, obviously we all have our own ideas of having to use our like free time, but I know I'm extremely limited throughout the year. So when I get my slow period, I will make things ahead of time, because it's a lot smoother if you get an order, okay, put it out the next day. You don't have to make it and then like rush to make it and then rush to ship it out. It's like, oh, I already know I have 20 of those made and I just sold 5. Like, yeah, I'll just pack it as soon as I get home. And then you'll get better shipping ratings and comments, because you're able to ship it faster if it's already made. So that helps. But I mean, some people may want to take a break for the slow period. I know for me, I just try and keep going, because like I said, I'm in school. So the busy season for like Christmas is my busy season for school, because it's finals. So I know I'm like double busy. So it just makes it so much harder. So I try and really use my slow periods, like really, I try and use them as wisely as I can, and so far I have been using them as wisely as I can. And also, I have a one of the goals I set for my business, because I had to sit down and think of them, was to not buy craft supplies all throughout the month of February. So I do have a craft fair in February, but other than that, like Valentine's Day is pretty good, but it's still it's the end of my slow period. But so like I'm buying the stuff that I need now in January. I only have like one more order. It's like $50 to place, and then I'm done buying. So now in February, I'm just spending my whole month making and not buying. So that is important. That is another thing that some people don't think about. So my whole month of February will only be for saving. I don't have to worry about spending. I just have to worry about saving. So that is a smart, like another smart thing to kind of keep in mind. So sorry, I need water. My throat's getting dry. Talking too much. But that's how I kind of go about things. But I mean, there's probably like more, I guess, more professional ways of doing it. But I mean, I really don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of go with the flow. So I realized that this works for me. So I don't know, it works for me, so it might work for someone else. All my tips I ever share are like personal experience, because I'm really not old enough to like have experienced anything else. So like I don't have like 10 years of experience, because I was in elementary school 10 years ago. So like all of my tips are nothing professional. They're just what I've done. I dropped my thing again. I dropped it that way, dropped it this way. Nothing, all the tips I give are always on personal experience. They're nothing ever professional, because I don't know if you can tell, I don't look old enough to be professional for anything. So everything is off of personal experience, and everything is from what I've done for my shop. So like, I wouldn't be giving tips if I didn't know it works for me. And also, I really can't give tips on something else if I don't know how well it did. So every single tip I give is off of my personal experience and off of my business, and that it was successful for my business. So I guess that is a good thing, but not, like I said, nothing is like formal. I take ideas from someone else, or I just do whatever works for me. So that is just how all of my tips go. I don't think I mentioned in any of my other videos, but that's just how all my tips go. And I don't know why my videos, I always do so good and then I ramble at the end. I do so good and then I ramble. Like, that's probably another New Year's resolution I have to do, is not ramble. So that's what I'm gonna do in my next video, is to not ramble. See, I cut myself off when I talk. I feel like this was my most comical one that I did ever. So I'm just gonna go here, go out with kind of like a bang, I guess. This video is getting unnecessarily long, so just please like the video and subscribe, and look out for my next video, which will be how to use social media to grow your business. And just please like this video and subscribe, and then wait for that video. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day, and I hope you actually are able to use these tips, and please let me know if they do work. I'd be so excited if my tips work for someone else. So thank you all, and I hope you have a great day.